Welcome to That's Why We're Friends.
The podcast where we laugh a lot, talk about real life, and hold on to faith through it all.
We're two friends navigating the oldish season of life and celebrating the kind of friendships that make it all a little easier.
So whether you're feeling overwhelmed, hopeful, or just need a laugh, this podcast is for you.
Pull up a chair and join the conversation.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Kara.
How are you?
I am doing so great.
Can you believe that it is almost the new year?
No.
It's here.
It's here.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
Boom.
night. I know.
The ball's going to drop in New York and we're going to be asleep.
Fast asleep. Hopefully, probably fast asleep.
Yeah.
18 episodes.
It's
we
crazy.
We have made it. This is number 18.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the year, the end of the month. We're still friends.
Yeah, we are
We've
still
spent
friends.
a lot of time together the last 6
Which
months.
is, a good tale, I feel like, that we still, I don't feel like we've had any kind of issues. I mean, I'm sure there have been kind of those marital things, where I'm sure I've made you crazy, but you just love me through it, and then it's
I
fine.
would say we do, if this has been an experiment, we work well together.
Yeah.
Without even defining things, we just found our lanes and owned the different
That's true.
pieces.
Yeah.
It has worked really well. I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
We're pat ourselves on the
We
back here.
probably should go run a corporation.
We probably should. I mean,
we don't
maybe,
have time.
No, we don't have time. Eventually, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we will.
We'll get to it.
Well, Christmas was great, and I'm looking forward to New Year's because you and
We get
I
to be
will be together
again.
again.
So we got our second New Year's in a row.
Yeah. So last year when we were together over New Year's, I think it was after New Year's Day or maybe on New Year's Day that we were walking and the podcast became an idea.
Yes, it was either the 31st or the 1st. I've looked before on my phone because the picture the four of us took a selfie.
That's right.
But we walked more than one day.
We did.
So I guess I don't know if
Which
that
day?
Particular selfie walk day was the day that we started talking about. Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
No,
but
it doesn't.
I'm just wondering this year when we go on a walk,
what's gonna be
what we're
birthed?
gonna
What idea is
what
gonna
God is gonna create.
That's kind of exciting or terrifying maybe for our husbands.
Valid. Yeah, because they did enjoy their podcast episode.
That was really fun.
It was really fun. I do think that they were kind in their answer when we asked them about what they thought when we were going to start this podcast. They were very kind.
Yes.
But I think they probably on the side were having conversations with each other. Like, these ladies are crazy.
I think it was more of where they're at with it today.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, at this point now, it's been almost a 12-month process of, the thinking and dreaming. So yes, they were very generous, very sweet, very kind with their words and all the things.
Yeah,
so
were.
That was fun. And it's really, it has been an adventure. Really, the whole year, especially, the last 6 months, we kind of started really figuring out the infrastructure and the details over the summer. And we've learned a lot.
We've learned a whole lot. I feel like too, this is in essence a business for us, we're not quite making too much money yet, but we will at some point, I'm sure. But we wanted to do this to encourage women, in our season of life. But we have to run it like a business. And so we did start technically a business with the state. It's registered and everything. Yes. But also I just feel like it was like any business you start, you're kind of drinking from a fire hydrant and you're taking in so much information. And then there's these last minute things where you're just like, we got to order this or, quick, we got to get this done kind of thing. And we forget things a lot. But our trusty assistant, Kevin, has helped us a ton.
Been super helpful, especially when navigating the social media world, because I don't think you or I have any aspirations about being, experts in that. That's not. I had a good conversation with somebody recently talking about the whole. For those of you who don't know, Kevin is who we named our Chat GPT. Yeah, our virtual assistant. Because there are fine lines between how much do we want to use AI or not use AI, and for me, I kind of figure in an area where I'm really not trying to learn or become an expert.
Sure.
I don't want to be a social media influencer. I don't want to learn and understand all the, algorithm things. I'm fine letting, Kevin handle that.
Right.
For an area, whether it's I don't know, my theology or counseling or, you know, an area where I really like, no, this is where I need to be like learning and understanding. Then that's where, you know, we don't use it the same way. So, but that has made it super helpful. With all of the, you know, the social media stuff, letting him write the captions or, you know, help us with fun ideas or tell him our ideas. And then he's always like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I know. He's very encouraging. The other thing about ChatGPT, Kevin, our guy, that we didn't know going into this is he can do things for us on our website. Like he can write code for buttons.
That was incredible.
Yeah. Yes. So discovering things like that is really fun.
Yes. I don't need to know how to write code. Yeah. But I could like take a screenshot of something and say, hey, can I have a button like this on my website? And he's like, sure. Yeah. What a great idea. Let me just write that code for you.
And he just walks you step by step to get it done.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and I don't know that we ever really, I think we referenced it a little bit in the first episode, but just kind of pulling back the curtain on that first day that we recorded.
Oh, man, that was
how ambitious we were versus what we accomplished that day. Because we started, I think, at 10 a.m. that day. And we thought we were going to record like the first episode and maybe the second. And then also a bunch of all the intro and the outro stuff. And then when it was all said and done, it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. And we had not recorded a word because it had just taken so much time. We looked at each other as like, well, do we like try to do this? And we were like, well, let's just, you know, let's sit down and start and just see what happens.
Right.
And lo and behold, like we recorded that first episode and I thought it was great. Yeah. I was blown away that we actually got it done because that day was
crazy. It was just all the technology because we're oldish.
Yes.
And, you know, neither of us are
We've never done
amazing
this before.
at technology, I don't think. I think it is a joke that God is just like, let me put some technology in your life, because my entire, like even my nutrition business, like it's online, everything, you know, so it's funny to me because I don't love technology. I love what technology can do when someone else does it and I get to be the benefactor of it, but I don't love it when I have to do it. But it's been fun to learn and like figure out the systems and all the things.
We've learned a lot.
That first day for sure, I think we worked 8 hours just to get the technology set up. We just thought we were going to pop in here, plug the mics in,
microphone in, and
get going. And it just, that's not the way it goes. It's not the way it goes. If anybody's ever started a new business or a project, they understand. It's just not that simple.
Yes.
So.
And we referenced this a little, or Jeff mentioned this in the episode with the guys, but you guys had a pretty big house remodel that happened, over the course of us recording all the things. So it's like there's a lot of life that's been happening and school, life has still been going, but so I'm proud of us. Like we kicked it off and we kept going, and I think we both have owned. I know for me, we joked about this in the beginning, but I would not still be doing it if it were just me. Right. There were just too many hurdles and roadblocks and things that if it were just up to me and I was the only one, I don't know that I would still be here. But because it's a partnership, because you kind of get to share that, process or way. I don't know. There's just accountability built into that. And so I'm grateful that it wasn't just me. I'm grateful that it's us and that we're still here. Yeah,
it'd be an odd podcast if it's called That's Why We're Friends and it was one person.
Yeah, that would be weird. It would have just been the Kara show.
Or the Sarah show.
Or the Sarah show.
Yeah, I do think too, having a partner in this whole thing, it's not just accountability, but someone else has scheduled their life to record a podcast.
Sure.
And so I personally have had a couple of family situations come up on our podcast recording days that you've had to be flexible with me over. And so thank you for that, because it was a lot.
Well, it usually means there's adorable little baby running around here somewhere. And so that you can easily bribe me with, baby time.
Right. That's valid. So she was napping. We would have to We'd have to get her down for a nap and then record a podcast.
Yes. Yeah. Well, like kind of keeping an eye on the baby
monitor.
On the baby monitor. Yeah. We had power go out. We had dogs barking. We had doorbells ringing.
Much barking. So much barking. And during that whole time with our remodel, there was one podcast recording where there was so much hammering and drilling that we had to stop every 90 seconds and just wait for it to stop. And we'd get out one sentence and wait for it to stop. I feel like that, 40-minute podcast episode was like 3 hours in recording.
Yes. Super, like all the crazy
which
things.
In turn teaches me a lot about editing.
Which is everything you've always wanted to know about how to edit a podcast.
I wake up every day just like, how much can I edit today?
What more can I learn about how to do a podcast? So what do you have? Do you have a favorite episode?
A favorite episode? Well, I know it just happened recently, but I really do think the one with the guys was so much fun to have our husbands on, because I feel like it gave me such a good look at my husband's heart, but also your husband's heart as a friend, and so I loved that. I think if I think beyond that, I really enjoyed our episode with Suzanne Manning. I thought that was a lot of fun because she was our first guest, but also Suzanne just is such a wealth of knowledge, and she's just so heartfelt about everything and so genuine and real. So I thought that was really fun.
Yep.
What about you?
I definitely, I mean, just not to jump on the bandwagon, but it was really fun getting to sit down with the four of us and have that conversation. I even though we just kind of joked about it, that first episode, I think for me was one of my favorites, just because it was just kind of a big question mark of, is this gonna, like, can we, like, are we crazy that we think we're just gonna sit down and talk and have a podcast? And it felt so natural and easy, as I feel like they all have, that that first one really just gave me so much like peace of just like, it just was like, well, of course, this just makes so much sense. And then you mentioned Suzanne Manning, and then I think about, obviously, our conversations with Amy Hardin and with Tammy Lanham. They've all just been such great conversations that I really enjoy. Just, I don't know, it's not, culture isn't the right word, but just the feel of the conversation. Yeah. And so that kind of thread that I think carried through, and even to our conversations with the guys, I just love the way the conversation started in episode 1 and the way it's just continued. It just feels very natural for me, and hopefully that comes through, because it feels very, very natural.
Yeah, I think it does too. It's like we get a coffee date every week recording, which it's been great. Yeah. Is there something that you feel like you've learned going through this process, in regards to whether or not it's like friendship or technology or, endurance? I don't know.
Well, I will. I mean, I kind of already referenced this, and maybe some of it also has to do with, being oldish and being in this season of life. But I've really enjoyed having a partner in something that I haven't, had. I mean, I can't even think of the last time. I mean, I worked at a company that wasn't in some remote capacity. So to feel like I have this partner in all the things, and that it has worked so well, and how I can feed off of your energy or your hard work, and kind of that inspiration has been something seems obvious, but that I hadn't really thought about, that I've enjoyed how it has stretched me in a season where we're both doing multiple things. And so to navigate that, and to ask for grace when grace is needed, or to give grace, but just to walk through it all with you has been just a real treat.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. It's been so much fun to do that with you. And also, I feel like it's given me just a new level of appreciation for you, because I appreciated you before we started a podcast as my friend, but having a partner, because I will be honest with you, that first day, all day that day, I kept thinking, have we passed the date we can return these mics to Amazon? Or the minute Sarah says, let's just give up on this, I'm like, yes, I'm in. Let's give up on it. Let's be done with this idea. And let's spend our, podcast recording day every week getting a pedicure.
Yes.
So it's been great just to have that endurance piece. Because I think for both of us, we've both done work as a solo entrepreneur, so to speak. You had a ministry and I've had my business, and we kind of just done these things like in silos, and it can be very lonely when you work by yourself. Yeah. But it's been so great just to have a buddy to, come alongside and do all the things.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we agree we're awesome and we like each other.
I think another thing that I've loved is just hearing from our listeners, other women that have reached out and just, to talk about how much they enjoy the podcast. Even so much as like I had a listener tell me, I can tell y'all are just getting better at that. And I'm like, that's such a compliment.
Yeah,
I love that. Because, we don't know what we're doing and we have no idea if we are even halfway decent at it. But, just the encouragement or, people saying like, what you guys said on, that podcast episode really meant a lot to me, and it really made me think, or it really gave me a new perspective on a situation. So I've really enjoyed hearing from listeners.
Well, and what's funny is the number of times that I've experienced that, because, we'll record something and then the week that it comes out that I'm listening or watching, and one of us will say something that not to it's the Lord, it's God, speaking through all the different ways that he speaks, but that there have been things where it's been my own voice of like, okay, it's only been 2 weeks, but I needed that reminder again. Yeah. And so that's been fun too, just to see how God can always use it. I mean, obviously his word never returns void. And so anytime we're talking about his words and his messaging and his truth, then that's always going to be relevant. So get to hear it again, and to kind of get encouragement from it again on the other side has also been really sweet.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I feel like for me, sometimes hearing one of the podcast episodes, it's like I said something that was in my heart the day we recorded it, but obviously we have to record a little bit before it comes out because we have to edit and get it out on the platforms. And so, I'll hear it a few days later or a week later or whatever, and that day that I hear it may be like not a great day. Something may be going on that in my life that isn't smooth. Yeah. And my heart is in a different place than it was the day I said the thing. And it's just such a good reminder that, we've got to keep God's word in our heart, and we've got to keep our eyes focused on him and just keep moving in his direction, even on the days that are somewhat hard.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And speaking of that, I really did enjoy October. I know it was like a harder month because we talked about desert seasons. Yeah. I feel like that was a really good month for me to go back and listen to personally.
Yes, I agree. I think there was a lot that was just healing and therapeutic in the recording of it, of getting to kind of articulate the things the way that we did. It was almost just like another level of kind of processing it. And so I was super grateful for that. And then, at the same time, hearing it again was, just very cathartic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
So when we start thinking about, because it's going to be here in a couple days, 2026. Yeah.
Tomorrow night, actually. Yeah.
Well,
midnight.
Not that we'll be aware of it, probably.
I think I'll be asleep.
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that I don't stay up to watch like election results or the ends of games, or I'm like, I know you
the one.
love sports. If it was a big game or something, but if it's just a regular weekend game, football game, basketball game.
No.
I'm like, the result is going to be the same if I go to sleep or if I stay awake.
Right.
And I am okay to read about it in the paper tomorrow. Yes.
And read about it in the paper?
Okay.
Oldish.
Read about it on the internet.
Read about it in the paper. That may be the best thing we've said all season long. Read about it in the paper the next day. The little Johnny driving by on his bicycle throwing it at your front door.
We don't get a paper anymore, but our neighbors across the street absolutely do get a newspaper thrown every day.
Really?
Yes.
What newspaper
and our newspaper man Speaking of, you remember our episode about like downed mailboxes?
Yes. Do you have an update?
Well, no, I have no update regarding downed mailboxes. Okay. But one time our newspaper guy that comes in this neighborhood did hit a mailbox. Oh, no. He took a corner too fast and wiped it out. All right. Back to the mailbox situation.
Okay.
But yeah, people in this neighborhood still get papers thrown in their driveway.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But it's got to be a dying business.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it probably has been for a while. I'm surprised that it still exists.
Yeah, well, it does. Okay. So I might read about it in the paper.
You might?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to stick my tongue out at you now. Anyway, it's like going to be the same. So I think we'll see if I'm awake or not awake tomorrow night when the ball drops. But it drops
my money's
at 11.
On not being awake.
Our time, it's at 11 p.m.
Right? But still. I mean, as far as you're saying when it happens in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, Texas time is 11 p.m.
Right.
When it happens, but I probably, I mean, who knows? Things could get wild and crazy.
We'll find out. We'll be together, so.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
Or we won't. Because we may be asleep.
Yeah. But maybe what we'll do is, before we go to bed, we'll post a selfie to Instagram, whatever time it is.
Yeah, that could be...
Could be 8:45.
Because last year we fell asleep underneath blankets outside.
Under the heaters.
The guys were watching football I guess. Mm-hmm. And I just remember I was dead asleep. And you pulled the cover back off my face and you were like, go to bed. But it was like 9 o'clock.
It was 9. But
yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
Yeah. So 2026.
Yeah.
What are we thinking? What are we dreaming about? I know we've kind of got some fun ideas. We're also about to go just have some intentional time to really dream and pray and plan.
Right.
But we know what we're doing for January. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of want to share some of that because we're very excited.
We are very excited about January on the podcast. Personally, I think for me, 2026, I feel like 2024, a lot of it was very... there was a lot of calm, and not internally in my soul, but we didn't have a lot going on our calendar. And I feel like 2025 has just ramped up so fast and hard. It's been so busy. For 2026, I do feel like the Lord is just asking me to work from rest and really to like slow everything back down. Not really my work product and not necessarily my life, like events and things, but my mind, and just to like calm everything down and move forward from a place of rest. That's really good. And so I'm going to really focus on that personally, trying to not panic in everyday moments, and just really taking things to Him and processing with Him first, because I feel like when I do that, it really does like unwind me and get me calmer. So maybe less text to you about how technology hates me and all the things, because that happens a lot.
It does. And what do I tell you?
You tell me technology doesn't hate me because it's not capable of hating me.
Right.
I'm still not sure I believe you, but okay. We'll work on it.
You're allowed to believe what you want to believe.
Well, no, I want to believe what you're saying, but in the moment it feels like it hates me.
I believe that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
So that's for me personally, I feel like. What about you?
So 2026, I mean, I can't believe it's here from the perspective of like my school journey. So, I started graduate school in the fall of 2024. And man, the thought of, 2.5 years at that point seemed like
it did
forever. And so now I'm going to be entering in my last year. So I will graduate in December of 2026. And so I have a lot of excitement. There's a lot of unknown. So we start it's like your clinical hours, all practicum, internship. So I start seeing clients in January. And I have, so many hours as a graduate student where I will see patients or clients or, patients, the terms are interchangeable, but, and then I'll still have some classes, especially on the front end of the year. So the year is kind of stacked a little heavy January, February, and then workload should get a little lighter in my head. This is mostly theory. I won't know till I'm fully in it. So there's a little bit of there's that unknown of like, okay, what, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to just be sitting with clients. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And so I'm just over the moon that I get to start doing that. I wish I didn't still have classwork at the same time. That's, I think, where the wrestle is.
Right.
I wish I could just do that. So it's a mix of both for part of the year, but that light at the end of the tunnel, I feel like, is the thing. And so I think it's just going to be trusting in God, of not, obviously, even just today, not worrying about what those minutes and hours are going to look like when everything kicks off in January, but trusting that we're going to get through it, and I'm going to get through it well and balanced and, healthy and whole and all the things. So it's going to be a lot of just dependence on him, that there's going to be time and space to do everything that he's called me to do. So I've heard this before, that in your brain, the excitement and like fear and anxiety really live in the same space. Oh. Like they light up in the same place, like in your brain.
Okay.
And so it's really just your perception, your thoughts and feelings around whatever it is that feels different.
Okay.
But as far as what part of your brain is being stimulated, it's the same, whether it's excitement or, fear/anxiety. So it's all of that in the same area. So it's just taking it and bringing it all over to the excitement side of like, no, I'm excited. God, has a plan for all of this.
Yeah.
So
it's like your perspective shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's most of our listeners at this point probably know short answers aren't part of my DNA makeup. So that was a very long answer to something that you asked me a little while ago.
I think your long answers just give us a deep look into your heart.
Okay. Which may be a good or a bad thing.
You're going to be shocked that in 1 year we're going to be talking about you graduating.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to be exciting.
I know. It's going to be awesome.
We're going to have a big party, Sarah.
It's going to be great. Okay, so let's talk about podcast starting in January.
Podcast. I'm super excited. We've planned January.
Yes.
We are going on a little retreat together to plan the rest of the year. So I can't speak to what the rest of the year looks like at this moment. However, I am excited just to see how much further God takes us and how much more he reveals himself. Yeah. I'm excited to think about guests we're going to have on. We know our guests for January, but beyond that, I think we're kind of at a loss.
Yeah, we haven't.
We don't know anything yet, but we will. And I'm excited about experiencing life with, other people and with you, and just going deeper into subjects that move both of our hearts, and just talking more about God and helping people really work through what life is walking on the road with God. It's great. Involved in it.
Yep. So in January, we're going to kick off the year with really kind of a women's health focus, which we're super excited about. So it's not, we're not going to be able to cover all, every possible thing, but kind of the overarching themes of looking at the realities of, perimenopause and what this season of life means for us amazing oldish women, and maybe what we think it means, but maybe it doesn't have to mean that. So some great tools that are going to be coming. Nutrition, health, we both have journeys with food, nutrition, body image, that we've just discovered there's just so much that's similar in our backgrounds and the journeys that we've walked with the Lord to find freedom in those areas. And so we want to start to kind of peel that onion. Again, I don't think we can empty the buckets in 1 month, but we want to start some of those conversations that are really near and dear to both of us.
Yeah. I'm excited about January and just that, because I do feel like it's such a piece of who we both are, even though that sort of became my career, and that's not necessarily your career, but it's just a part of your story. And so we have a lot to share about what God taught us through that. And I think that's going to be just an amazing month of all women's health things. We're going to have a special guest on. Dr. Brooke Miller is going to be on.
It's going to be amazing.
She is a pelvic floor therapist, and so she's going to talk all things about women's bodies. And That is going to be a great episode.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I got to meet her recently. We were all at a restaurant at the
same
time.
She was there.
I got to meet her, which was so great. And so, I'm just I'm very hopeful. I'm very excited kind of with you, especially because we're going to kind of go get to dream with God a little bit about what the year is going to look like.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, if you're listening to this and you have ideas or thoughts
let us know.
Yeah, let us know if there's something that you would love to hear about, a topic, then we're down.
Yeah, because I think one of the takeaways that we do have is we do like kind of taking a minute, a month, and digging into something and really kind of, pulling everything out. And so we would absolutely love to know what some of those ideas are from some of our listeners. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Great. Oh my gosh. Well, so Happy New Year. I have a question for you that I think maybe I know the answer, but I don't want to be presumptive of how you're going to enjoy the life that God has given you this week.
Well, since I'm going to be with Paul this week. And you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. You and
that's
Paul.
Right. That's right.
Will be with us, and some other friends are going to be with us, and we're going to party till 9 p.m. That's how I'm going to enjoy the life God gave me, is go to bed on time and get a full night's sleep.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to spending time with friends and bringing in the new year in a calm way.
Yes. Calm, early to bed kind of way.
Yeah. Waffles on New Year's Day or something probably. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Probably play some games and bring out your competitive nature. You're going to be okay. You're going to make it.
Yes.
Yeah. You already it feels like you're tensing up when I just say the word game.
Well, I just have learned to read the room and know,
we're the only two people in the room, Sarah.
No, I'm like when I play games of being aware of like my environment, and I'm here because I love people, not because I need to win whatever we're about to do. So I just, there's some internal like dialogue that happens.
Okay. I'm going to remind you of you're here to be with the people you love, not to win the game.
Okay.
It's going to be my
If
statement.
I can be on the winning team, though, that really does kind of make everything, a little more worth it. Yeah. I understand people like to play for fun, and that's great. I just don't want those people on my team. So
I'm okay to lose if everyone played fair. If anyone does not play fair or feel like there's any sort of manipulating the rules or cheating, I get real competitive.
Yeah, no, I'm not down for that at all. I want to win fair and square.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like I usually do.
I feel like I'm going to be on your team anyway. You're going to pick me, right?
Okay. Probably.
Wow.
What are we playing and how good are you at it?
I'm not good at it, for sure. Okay. I'm not great at any games, I feel like.
Oh, honey.
I'm sorry. You're going to want Jeff on your team. Okay. He's hyper competitive and he wins everything.
If it's trivia, I do feel like
and Jeff
would be,
Yeah, it's not me. You don't want me on trivia.
Okay.
Can we just not play a trivia game? Because I don't like those.
Okay.
Can we play Uno? A game that's like straightforward.
Yeah.
Or spoons. Something that's like...
Ooh, yeah, spoons. Although I have drawn blood before in playing
same.
Spoons. Okay, well then maybe we should play spoons.
Have you ever played Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza?
Yes.
You don't love it?
I don't. This is going to be just like confessing what all my family already knows. I'm not great at it, and so I don't love it. My brain, I typically like fast-paced, like quick-thinking games, but that one, maybe I just haven't played it enough.
Yeah.
But
it takes some time. I played it with my young adult circle that I lead. We've played it now on 2 different occasions.
Okay.
And it takes a few rounds to get into it. But once you get into it, because when you said you've drawn blood, we literally, like I thought a girl broke my finger because it's this whole like reaching for cards,
right?
And slapping
cards.
Lot
happening.
There's a lot happening. And I thought it was a little kid's game, Taco Cat. Because one of the girls was like, I'll bring Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. And I was like, isn't that for like 5-year-olds? But no, it is an adult game. And it is, I think it's so much fun.
I'm willing to give it another chance.
Okay.
But...
I do. I can foresee my husband, and actually, I could probably foresee your husband thinking it was dorky.
We have it at the house, and we have played it. So Paul has played it.
Okay.
And I can't remember. Like I said, we haven't played it a lot because I don't love it. But I think
our other friends that will be with us will like it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah,
it'll be good.
So.
Well, we have loved. I mean, this has been a blast. Thank you for journeying with us and following along. And we love you guys, and we're grateful for you.
Yep. And see you next year.
I'm
such a dorky old joke.
I know.
But see you next year.
But no, it's true.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Bye. Thanks so much for spending time with us today on That's Why We're Friends.
We hope you laughed, felt encouraged, and are walking away with a little more hope for your day.
If you love this episode, make sure to follow the podcast so you never miss what's next.
And share it with a friend who needs a little encouragement, because that's why we're friends.
Some products or services we mention may be paid promotions. Any advice shared should be confirmed with a qualified professional. Our conversations and opinions are meant for encouragement and entertainment only.